There are stories that connect us to ourselves and to each other. These stories reveal who we are and show us the many vivid colors of our truth. Welcome to Soul Wanderings, where we raise spiritual awareness and foster connections through these shared stories and personal experiences. Now, exclusively on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, your hosts, AJ and Natalie.
Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday night to all of you. I am AJ.
And I am Natalie.
And we are your hosts of Soul Wanderings on KGRA Digital Broadcasting. I said that all in one word. KGRA
Very good.
Digital Broadcasting.
Just read it together.
Hi, hello. Wednesdays make me happy. I'm just delighted to be here, as usual. What about you?
Oh, me too. It's like that everything has to stop so I can be here on Wednesdays. Yes. Nothing else can happen.
We are here and we are ready to go.
We are ready to go.
This is like a breath of fresh air to me because this last week has been heavy. And then I come here and it's like we get to float on a cloud for a couple of hours. And I get to forget about everything that's going on outside of these walls. And that is just therapeutic.
I'm happy for you for that.
I'm happy for me for that too.
Raise the vibe in the room.
Raise the vibe.
It was a beautiful day. It's been a beautiful day here where we are.
I know, and I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm like, I thought it was going to be in the 60s, and here I am, like
a little warm.
A little fuzzy hoodie. Actually, it hasn't been too bad. I've been indoors, but still, when you walk outside, you're like, what?
It's warm. Yes.
It's crazy, unusual weather for Utah this time of year. I like it though, but then usually doesn't this mean, like statistically, our winter is going to be pretty? And also, do we even know?
We don't know.
Because it's so, they say, and then it's not. I don't get meteorologists. Where do they get their information? And just like the conversation we were having before the show, it's not even real.
It's not even.
In my opinion. I have an opinion about this.
We're in the Truman Show. A simulation.
This is not even real. The weather's not real. The eclipse definitely wasn't real. The moon's not real. I don't believe in any of it.
Yeah. But when you're in it, then it's the experience of it. Or not, well, it is all illusion anyway. Mm-hmm. It is all in the illusion.
True.
But when you're in the illusion, then you're in the illusion. And you're in the simulation. You haven't been ejected from the Matrix yet, right?
Maybe. I don't know what this.
If you wake up,
I have no idea what's happening.
I was listening to someone talking about where we're moving our solar system and how it's moving, positioning. So we're going to be more exposed to the emanations from in the middle of the galaxy or something like that. Mm-hmm. I just can't speak the technical terms, but he said that maybe humans will have to be blue skinned. And then I thought about the movie Avatar, where they do have blue skins. And I'm like, wow, who's on the inside scoop that puts the blue skinned people on Avatar, the movie? Who knows?
That is the question. Who really knows?
But in the meantime,
here we are playing dress up, playing make believe,
pretending that we're separate from spirit.
Yes.
Pretending. It's lovely.
We're all just trying to figure it out. Or not. Some of us have definitely given up on that.
Trying to figure it out.
Living in the la la lands. I wonder what that would look like for a day.
To live in La La Land?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you did it before in your life, or it's never been that way in your life?
Oh, no, I've always had work to do.
Oh, that was a serious response.
I'm serious about
Like,
it.
oh no, I've always
have
had work to do.
things to do. I don't know why I feel that way. It's just a very strong conviction that I am on a mission.
Well, maybe it is because you are on a mission.
Definitely in this lifetime. I cannot speak for other lifetimes.
This one here.
This one here, I am on a mission. I was actually thinking about that this week because, like I said, it's been a heavy week. First of all, please send so much love to our military, you guys. They are going through it right now. And my daughter-in-law has been told she's being sent to Israel. It was supposed to happen today. She's now on standby because, you hurry up and wait. It's a thing. But it's a big deal. It's a really heavy weight. And like, I'm over here just kind of like, hey, what can I do? Nothing. And she did sign up for this, but nobody really wants to go fight a war, right?
Right.
And so
you never knew that this was going to be what she signed up for when she signed up. But yes. Oh.
Yeah. You never know when you sign up for this. So, having that awareness, and then how do I act and react to that news? I was very human about it, of course. I was just like all in my feels and worried about my son and my grandbaby. And you go through this roller coaster. But it really brought me so much clarity in other ways. Like, they're on their missions, right?
Right.
I'm on mine.
Right.
And my mission is just as important.
Yes.
And it gave me this new conviction, if you will, because I'm going through transitions in my life, and what do I do next, and what does my business look like, and what does my future look like, and just constant evaluation. Am I where I'm meant to be? And I've talked about in the past, like, I've played small. It's easy to play small.
Yeah.
Other people are thinking like, AJ, you never slow down. You're always doing the thing. You're always helping the people. But I don't look at it that way because I know what I'm meant to be doing, and I'm not doing it to its full capacity. And so, you just do like this deep evaluation process when you go hear about things or go through things and these experiences and whatnot. And I am so grateful for those little reminders where you're like, this is what I am meant to be doing. This is who I am. This is my purpose. And it just becomes so strong and so much bigger than you. But then you're like, okay, now what? And I'm in the now what spot. I'm in the now what.
Wait for it. Wait for that moment to initiate.
Yeah.
You'll know when to initiate.
Yeah. And it's just the way it is. But
I think sometimes you forget that you're here to make an impact. And that's actually what's significant to you. And then I also want to remind you, because we like to sprinkle in a little human design, is that in these times, do something that is your life signature, which is peace. Mm-hmm. So during these times where you're not necessarily clear on what to initiate, do things that make you feel at peace.
Mm. That's really lovely. And I am grateful for the reminders. You keep me on my toes with that human design stuff.
Like, listen, your life signature is peace. So seek out peace, like peace. And through doing that, you do make an impact. I just have to say, you make you being you, doing what you're doing. And I do believe that you can do bigger impacts. I know that you can make beyond the splash that we were like, what? That's our go.
That's the plan.
And I'm one of those manifesting generator. I am that right behind you. What can I put my energy to for you? Where are you going to lead us?
Yeah. We'll figure it out. It's a process, just like everything we all go through in life, right? It's just, and with my numerology at number 4, everything's in order. Yes. I cannot skip the steps.
Nope.
I do not work that way. And so it's just been a very interesting week. And I like weeks where I'm not just existing or on autopilot or just doing busy things. I like to have those aha moments. And also, my heart is still sad. And so I
Oh,
get to
yeah.
honor and appreciate that experience as well for what it will give to all of us. But, anyways,
Well, yes, all that happened. But I do have to, I'm going to tell a little tale because one thing that I learned about you in this last week was that your love of turtles or tortoises. Oh my goodness. I saw you so delighted.
So I've been in a little flare this week also. So my back is like
Oh,
screaming, but I had to get on the floor with these tortoises.
they were teeny,
Oh
like
my gosh,
5
you
or 6
guys.
weeks old, baby African silicatas. I was not going to remember that, but
And
tortoises.
they fit in the palm of your hand. And they grow up to be like 80 to 100 pounds.
Yes, big.
But not for years.
Right. Slowly over the years.
Oh my gosh. I wanted more time. I really wanted more time with them. An hour wasn't enough.
No.
It was like, give me more, give me more. I love playtime with tortoises.
So I hadn't really spent a lot of time just like I'd handle them. So my sister has a couple of large tortoises that are in her. She lives out in the desert in Arizona and has these tortoises. They mate, they have a clutch, I think one clutch every year. And so when she has babies, then she brings them with her on her trek to Utah. And they're in this little box, a little pet carrier. And so she had 4. And they do fit in the palm of your hand. And I do have to say that they were down walking on the floor. And when you're watching a little baby tortoise walk away, they've got really cute. Their little legs, a tiny
They walk so fast. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they actually they get quite a clip.
Cruise.
It was fun.
I'm trying to find. Okay. Let's see if I can put this on the screen. Well, hold on. Let me look at my screen so I can see what I'm looking at. Look at that little tiny cute
yes.
thing.
Oh,
so cute. I just can't. That was Michelangelo. He was adorable.
Oh, I was delighted in the ability to just watch your face light up with these baby tortoises.
Yeah, that was a happy moment.
It was fun. I had fun. When my sister and my mom come and visit, I don't see them very often, maybe once or twice a year. And so it's fun.
Yeah.
To see. We come for my nephew's birthday party and we have a fun. My nephew is 6. He just turned 6 and his party is attended by one kid. That's him.
Yeah,
he's an only child and so he's surrounded by adults and he just does well.
Yeah. He's a good kid.
He is a good kid. And boy, he did well. When you're surrounded by adults, you get lots of cool presents.
I want to be a kid again just for the birthday aspect.
Right. Just have birthdays and get treats or presents and balloons. Lots of balloons. It was fun time. So.
Balloons go pop. No.
Well, I mean, unless they're...
That made me think of Vibe's birthday when I was blowing up balloons and they kept popping with our little automatic balloon popper. And I was just like, every time, no.
I was listening to you guys blow up the balloons and I was like, poof. I was not operating the blow up machine, the balloon blowing up machine. Otherwise, I probably would have been feeling the same way too.
It's unsettling. You never know when it's going to pop. I don't like it.
Can you hold your breath? And I'd rather blow it up with my mouth, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, the machine is nice. My breath is valuable these days. I'm not giving it away.
So it's been I've had some fun times going on this week and enjoying the fall weather. I love, 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 love fall weather. It's beautiful this time of year, and
Our mountains are painted red and orange and yellow, and they're so gorgeous.
It's been like an extra special year because I think with all the water, we had definitely good growth in our mountains. So that's been my thing. And just doing what I do,
Doing what I do.
Yeah. Doing the work that I do. And I did have one. So there was a new man and a woman that showed up to my grief group this week. And she started talking, and I'm like, I know you. From my young childhood. She was one of my friends.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen her for years. And it's fascinating to me how I remember like the face that's been 40 years ago.
It has just aged, but the face is still the face.
And I said, I know you. And she nodded. She says, yes. Someone had told her I was doing the group. So she knew me, but just sad. Their mom just died. And so even after you've had your mom for all the years, 52 years, and it's just grief is raw grief. Whew.
That is facts.
I say I can give you this much. Please come back because I cannot give you everything.
Yeah.
My message, it's a raw message that says, well, it's going to last a long time. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It lasts.
Well,
the grief thing comes and goes and comes back.
Yes. You'll be like, hello, grief. There you are. Come in. When most people say, go away. Just take wherever you came from, go back there.
Yes. Yes.
Right in that emotional train. What else?
Absolutely. I just want to give a shout out to our listeners in the chat room. They're very active in the Facebook community. Love that. Appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. I love all the little hellos and the interactions with each other and with us. Thank you for showing up and wandering with us tonight.
It is good to know there's people out there listening to the show.
Yeah. Heck yeah. You can hang out on Facebook or Rumble, KGRA digital broadcasting pages. Also, you guys check out the new page on KGRA. Go to live.kgra.com. When there's a live show, just click on watch here and there's a chat room. I'm hanging out there. No one else is there. Nobody's is brand new. Huh? Check it out. You do have to sign in, but you don't have to have a membership. So don't let that deter you from following through with the little login. You won't get spammed. Just come and hang out if you desire. And it's really cool. You can watch the show to the left and chat on the right. But if it's not your thing, we've got Facebook, we've got Rumble, but kgradb.com, live.kgradb.com is where it's at. Here, I'll post a link if you want to come and join me there.
You're like, Yay. Come on over and join that chat room.
If you want. I mean, if you're in Facebook right now, just be there. But next week, be on KGRA. Let's just give it a try.
That's a good challenge to
then
put
you
out
support the station. You support the show. It's a win-win.
It is a win-win.
Mm-hmm. If you guys want to learn more about myself and Natalie, visit soulwanderings.com. You can also link to all of our social media pages from there. Every week we post who's going to be on the show this week. Generally, I do that on Mondays. This Monday, I did it on a Tuesday. Some Mondays are hard.
Some Mondays are hard. Props to you. You get that done every week.
Heck yeah. We have pretty much the whole rest of the year booked up. When I say pretty much, I mean it is. And
Next year, we have a waiting list already.
You are,
We love that. Share your journey stories with us.
amazing.
We, all of us, you, me, our listeners, our guests. Yeah.
I've been I said this last week, but I am still like, it's October. Like, that's amazing. It's been, all these shows all this year, being the co-host. I've learned so much. I mostly enjoy spending the time with you, and then we get these amazing guests that come on, but it's just delightful to go.
Yeah, I've noticed that we've had our guests the last few weeks. Well, a lot this year. They can talk. Like, we haven't really been able to interview too much because I don't like to interrupt. If people have things to share. That's what the show is about. But there's not a whole lot of conversation going on like I used to have. I've noticed that's definitely different. But the guests have been interesting enough where they can share and we're totally entertained and we're learning something. So it's great. It's wonderful, actually. I like it. In fact, last week we sat with our guest for 2 hours after the show.
That was
We
incredible.
were together with her after the show longer than we were on the show. And she did some exercises with us, shared some things with us, did a little read on us. It's just really neat. We get to meet these people from all over the world and share them with you. And it's just, hello. What a gig, right? So good. So good.
What a tough gig.
Yeah. And tonight we have a brand new guest. She's never been on the show before. She has traveled all over the world doing all kinds of things. We're going to learn about her journey story and what she's up to. She's also an author. There's a lot of authors that join us on the show. We like that. We like that a lot. Books are cool.
Books are very cool.
Natalie.
Riley's working on her book.
Natalie.
It's going to happen.
Natalie's going to write a book one day. We're going to make sure of that.
Yes. I have multiple people influencing that. I have a thing for older books. So I like to go to thrift stores and I like to look for books that are actually written like early 1900s or even before that. It's interesting to just notice the differences in styles. So I went to the thrift store this week. My throat is just going crazy right now. And found some older books, and it's kind of fun to read these styles. But I have a plan. I'm going to read.
You are pushing through this throat thing.
I am going to push
now.
through this throat thing. I am on a quest also to figure this throat thing out.
Yes.
That was part of what we worked on with our guests last week about. Yep. I don't even know. It's a mystery to me how I have these energetic tells, and I feel in some ways it's energy. What else it is, I don't even know. But I have a plan. I was like concerted reading more, and then I'm going to figure it out. I just feel like, similar where you're talking about, where you that there's a mission to be done and I know it's there to be done. And I'll figure out it will unfold for me.
We're just building foundations right now.
That's a good thing to remember.
Yeah.
Is that
we're in this, it may be a plateau, but it's a solid foundation that we're building. And you cannot build up anything on sand. So here we are building this solid concrete, or I'd like to say mine's like, what's a really hard stone that's very beautiful and shiny? Not selenite. I'm not building anything on selenite.
She's like, it's not going to be that kind of. Although it would be beautiful and full of lovely energy if it was built on selenite.
Oh, yeah. We'll just put selenite everywhere else.
Right. We'll just surround it by.
Well, you're in a really great place. I'm going to keep being your cheerleader. The
I
book will
appreciate
get
it.
written when it's meant to be written.
More than one book, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's
It'll
been
happen
foretold.
when it's meant to happen, as it does. But until then, we will wait patiently and we'll take a break because when we get back, we'll get to hear about our guest and her book. We'll see you guys shortly.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't, this can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a Feel the Difference money-back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected, only at kgradb.com.
Hello, lovely, beautiful humans. Welcome back to Soul Wanderings on KGRA Digital Broadcasting.
Here we are
Can y'all
back.
hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear me.
She needs to turn the volume up. She's like, work our volume.
There we are.
Sometimes you're just like, okay, that's
It was
keep
just
talking.
the headphones. That's why. She's on it. She is paying attention. We have an amazing producer. Let's give a shout out to Chanel. Clap, clap,
Whoop,
clap.
whoop, whoop. We love her.
All right, you guys, we have a new guest tonight. Rosanna Ienco is an award-winning finalist of the International Book Awards, National Indie Excellent Awards, National Best Books Awards, and the best-selling author of Awakening the Divine Soul, Finding Your Life Purpose. She's an ordained minister with a bachelor's degree in metaphysical science and is pursuing a PhD in philosophy, specializing in mystical research. She's also the founder of Motivational Mentoring for the Soul, and her newest book release is Enter the Journey, a mystical guide for rebirth and renewal, which we'll be learning about tonight. Hello, Rosanna. Welcome to Soul Wanderings.
Hello, AJ and Natalie. So lovely to meet you both.
You as well. Thank you for taking the time to wander with us this evening. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. You have so much going on, and you've already accomplished so much.
Thank you.
Magical being that you are. So we like to start off our show with, we have your little bio and we share that. But if you were to introduce yourself, what would that look like? What does that sound like to you?
Hello, everybody. I'm Rosanna Ienco, and I am a mother of 3 children, 3 beautiful, creative souls. I am a wife, and I am a writer and the author of 2 published books. And I'm working on my 3rd manuscript for the 3rd installment in the series.
Oh, wow. Awesome. So you're busy.
I'm really busy.
Being a mama and doing all of that work.
It's full time.
Definitely. Definitely. Well, you recently released a book, Enter the Journey, a mystical guide for rebirth and renewal. And I think we're going to focus on that. But before we do, let's get a little bit of history about you and who you are and what you've how did you get on this path that you're on? I know it doesn't just happen. There's people have an experience, or they'll have a calling, or whatever that looks like. What brought you to the here and now?
Oh, goodness. Let's backtrack. Well, 30 years on the shamanic journey. We'll backtrack even further, and probably when I was a little girl, seeing spirits, my mother discussing and sharing the dream time with me, departed loved ones. So really all things metaphysical, all things, some people call woo-woo, but I call it just magical and mystical and fun. But it wasn't always like that. It was many years ago. It was like, oh no, I can't share this. This is a bit strange. So it took many years of embracing the journey, embracing who I am. And it really began in my 20s, late 20s, when I moved to the UK. And moving to the UK, I guess it was the land is so much more gentle. It just seemed like a safe place to really expand. So I think that's where the spiritual journey happened. And it wasn't blissful to begin with. I got thrown into the fire. And here's the scene. We're in Glastonbury. I get invited to a sweat lodge. I'm claustrophobic. I had a panic attack. And that turned into a spiritual awakening that just led me on this profound journey of spirituality, spirit animals, power animals, spirit guides, almost being lured into a cult. I mean, that was pretty scary. I was so naive, so it wasn't always blissful. And of course, it's not always blissful. As you both know, it's, it could be very challenging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that when you first even start putting your toes in the water and nothing, there are people out there who are looking for people like you. And so when you're vulnerable and you're also learning about yourself and wanting to have these spiritual experiences, things like being pulled into cults or pulled into certain circles can happen so easily.
I also say it's like the fine print. If you're going to be broken open, you've got to have things to break you, that crack you, and to open up that shell. That's been different things along my path too. But I say, they don't give you the fine print when you go to the first sweat lodge. They'll be like, by the way, your life is going to completely fall apart and everything is going to be rearranged and you won't know the streets anymore.
Oh, totally. And by the way, you're going to be wife number 9. But I did get away. And that was because of these wonderful spirit animals. So my pack of wolves came to me in a dream while I was camping out on those grounds and warned me. I was lucky. I was one of the lucky ones. So no, I wasn't wife number 9, but it was very close.
Wow.
And it woke me up. And yeah, I was very naive. And I think the thing is, we all want to belong, right? We all want to belong, and we all really yearn for a sense of community. So it's easy to get lured in to maybe the wrong people, on the wrong path.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And people say, like, be spiritual, like, go through these experiences. They never tell you the darkness that it holds as well. And so you kind of learn that through the school of hard knocks, right?
You do. Absolutely. But you know what? I'm so grateful, because I wouldn't be who I am. More about my background. I'm actually dyslexic, and that's, it could be humorous because I'm a writer. So that's challenging. However, your spiritual journey, just stay on your path. And as you continue on that path, amazing doors open up. And no, it's not always easy, but yes, it finds a way to balance out the positive and the negative and the blissful. And, those experiences that may not be as blissful, those are the golden nuggets that teach you and help you really to find out who you really are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't tell you that, though. It's going to be hard. It's not all light and airy-fairy.
No, and
there are challenges.
And when it is airy-fairy, it is wonderful and it's blissful. However, we always have to come back down, and we always have to ground and root ourselves.
Did you have experience with spirit animals before your time in the Sweat Lodge, or was that something that was new for you in that moment?
No, I was having experiences. And at the time, it wasn't just the wolves, because I love wolves so much, so I wasn't scared. But then I started seeing so many spirit animals coming through in dreams, and I thought it was overwhelming because it was such a fast speed. Everything was happening so quickly. And I did get frightened. And of course, I trusted the so-called elder, who was actually a sorcerer. And I learned some harsh lessons about having your power stolen from you, or, we give it away. We give it away so easily.
Yeah, we don't learn that. Until we know, right?
No, right. What alerted you to him being a sorcerer?
So how did I find out?
Yeah.
So as I was confiding in him and I was sharing these spirit animals with him, he was then trying to steal them from me. He was telling me, oh, well, let me help you. They won't hurt you anymore. And breathe them into me and into my soul. And now that I know what I know about, shamanic journeying and the shamanic path, the spiritual path, it was, basically he was just trying to steal and gain more power. And then I'd found different women were coming forward, and they were sharing their stories. And they were saying, well, this happened to me. And, I was wife number 4. I was wife number 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So people started to come forward. And then, he got busted.
Wow. Ego is a beautiful teacher.
Oh, it sure is. But you know what? I believe it was a year or 2 years later, he was in town, and I actually made a date to meet with him. And I sat across from him, and all my friends said, you're crazy. Why would you do that? And I said, well, I'm going to thank him. I'm going to thank him because this was the greatest lesson I had to learn. I literally got thrown into the fire. I was so naive. I didn't know what was going on. And it really woke me up. And it was a great lesson.
How did that go?
Well, he sort of sat and smiled and said, oh, you sure you still don't want to hang out? Why don't you come along on tour and be my apprentice?
He hadn't changed much.
No, nothing changes. Yeah.
That is wild.
It is. Yeah. And it's something I don't really talk about. My first book, Awakening the Divine Soul, there is a chapter where I briefly discuss what had happened. But I don't believe I've ever discussed this, live. I certainly haven't.
I
Well,
think,
thank you for showing up this way.
yeah, I think it's helpful for people that are along their spiritual journey to hear. You know, those are warning signs when you say this is what someone was saying. It's a way of also guiding people when you say, it might sound like this.
Right.
Be a little cautious if they're trying to say, bring that to my soul, to feed me, to give me more things. It helps people understand what
Right.
that would sound like.
And the adversary is going to show up in so many different ways, especially when you're trying and committed to doing good. There's going to be evildoers, right? There's going to be people who are going to
steal your light, try to dim your light, try to keep you from shining brightly like they see, you know, there's all these.
I oh my gosh, I just have to laugh about it now because
and we have to laugh about it. But I just love your energies. I have to say, the two of you together, your energies are fantastic, and I just feel so welcomed. And maybe that's why this came through. And I'm so grateful it came through. Like you said, people need to hear this. And it doesn't matter if you are just on your spiritual journey or if you've been on it for 10, 20, 30 plus years, it still happens. That's the thing. We're human. And, for myself and my own experience, I'm a walker between the worlds. However, I still find myself in situations where I'm like, oh, that was close. My heart is still so open.
We have a question from the chat room where they were wanting to know where you were born.
Hi, and that's Joe. Hi, Joe. I was born in Toronto, Canada. And I left when I was 24 years old for Los Angeles. Hung out with some rock stars for a long time, and then ended up in the UK, and then back on Vancouver Island, and now back in the UK. So that's an extended answer.
And you're on a vacation right now, or are you doing work?
Oh, I'm in Sedona.
Yeah, are you working there, or are you?
No, I'm here taking a little break before I go back to Vancouver Island. And but I am sharing this beautiful place with all the readers. Everyone who is reading Enter the Journey, they are getting some video clips of the vortexes. Yeah, I really wanted to gift them that.
Beautiful. I have never been to Sedona. We have so many people around us who go regularly. I've just never been called to Sedona. It's just, I'm not sure why, but I hear it's quite magical and beautiful and energetically just something to experience.
And a lot of other things go on there too. Maybe traps too.
Yeah.
I think
for sure.
Yeah, a lot of energy around here. And like everything, it's always the positive and the negative. And, it's all about finding the balance. And yesterday I was at Cathedral. Oh, no, that was the day before. We were at Kachina Woman and Warrior Rock in Boynton Canyon. And that vortex is all about balance. So I think that seems to be the theme right now, not only for myself, but for everybody else. And of course, the world. Look what, what's happening in the world right now.
Right. Do you think we're going to ever get it right?
Oh, I hope so. I like to believe, but we need to get it right in our hearts first. I guess peace begins within. We're always working on ourselves. I'm always working on myself. I'm a forever student, always on this journey, trying to be of the best service that I possibly can. But hey, I'm human too. So I'm not some angelic being, who's just always sharing the blissful journey. I'm quite real, as I've gone through the dark night of the soul many times.
Well, you look like an angelic being.
Oh, thank you. It must be the lights in the background, or it's Sedona. It's Sedona that's replenished my energy and revitalized my spirit and my soul being here. It always does. Yeah.
Well, it's great that you're having that experience. So magical. So, the latest book that you wrote, Enter the Journey, a mystical guide for rebirth and renewal. What was your pull towards writing this book?
My pull towards writing it, I actually wrote it in Sedona. So I'd been coming to Sedona 20 years on and off. We used to do family road trips from Canada through Arizona and all the other wonderful states. So my pull was reconnecting to nature and really finding that place within that you call home. You know, nature is our greatest teacher. And of course, the wisdom of our bodies is our greatest teacher as well. So the intention was to share each and every vortex with the readers and to really help them to find a place within themselves where they're going to be liberated and really embrace their uniqueness and their authenticity.
So do you think that it requires going to places like Sedona or these other places to really move through
No,
person's?
I don't. I believe we could be anywhere. You could be at home. You know, not everybody can travel to places like Sedona. So in the book, I share the journey for people who can come here and the ones that cannot come here. But really going within, you don't have to go anywhere in the world. You know, going within your own home, you can do that. Just a quiet place, you know, find a quiet place, even lighting a candle. Some people like to have a bath and just relax and just go inward.
Mm-hmm. You said you wrote the book in Sedona, and you're also there again and have been going there for 20 years. What's your draw to Sedona? Why is it such a magical place for you?
So the soul of Sedona, she always calls me back. I call her she, but he, and, you know, both masculine, feminine. So the soul, let's call it the soul of Sedona. Just over the period of 20 years, I would always get a calling, and it would normally happen in my favorite time of year, which is autumn. Although I did come in the spring, and I did a lot of writing then. And I believe because I'm a super sensitive person, I'm an empath, I'm a mother, you know, I have a busy life, so I do get stressed, and I do need that break away. And for me personally, I just get called to places in the world, on the earth, with specific ley lines that seem to charge your energy, just recharge. It's almost like just plugging myself in to a new computer and just getting a whole lot of data, just getting updates, you know, through the body. That's how I guess I would explain Sedona. Yeah.
And a lot of people that I've talked to, they go there for the portals and the vortexes.
Absolutely.
What kind of experiences have you had with them?
Well, I love going to the vortexes, and I always do. So if you go to, there's certain vortexes that represent different things. So, for example, the airport vortex represents the masculine energy within. The feminine vortex at Cathedral Rock, that brings in that feminine energy. And then there's the Kachina woman at Boynton Canyon, where I was at yesterday, and Warrior Rock. And that brings a balancing of both the divine feminine and masculine energies within yourself. Mm-hmm. And then there's Bell Rock, which I will be going to tomorrow. Actually, I'm just across from Bell Rock right now. And that vortex, whenever I step out of the car, I feel like I'm being tickled, literally, honestly. I feel like I start giggling like a little girl. And that vortex is the strengthener of the masculine and the feminine and the balancer. So I usually do it in that way, strategically, but that's just me. You know, I would recommend anyone who's coming here to just listen to their own intuition and their own guidance. Mm-hmm. But that's how I do it. And every single time I've come, I get the same results, you know, and it just brings me peace and serenity and empowerment, liberation, and a lot of letting go as well.
Beautiful. There are so many amazing things that happen on this earth, like vortexes and portals and just nature in general, right? There's so much magic that can happen in our surroundings. And there was a little part of your book where you talk about nature and how it can work for you.
Yeah, nature is our greatest teacher. I remember, again, the prequel to this book, Enter the Journey. I camped out at the bottom of the Grand Canyon by myself, again, a naive girl in my 20s, and my whole life changed. I remember it just, I pitched my tent. I ended up with blisters, I had these brand new hiking boots. I mean, who does that? But I did it. Brand new hiking boots, and hiked down to the Havasupai Indian Reservation. And it was incredible. And it really literally changed my life. And that was because Mother Earth, that was because nature, that was because I could feel the pulse of the earth. Mm-hmm. I could literally feel, as I'm camping in my tent, the pulse, the heartbeat of the earth. And that's when I really started to believe, hang on, there's more to just the Torontonian city girl that I was back then. I loved my fashion. Well, I still like fashion, but I mean, how liberating was that? No makeup, no fancy clothes, just my hiking boots, my shorts, some granola bars, some apples, some peanut butter in my backpack. And it was incredible. I really found a piece of myself that I didn't know existed. So nature, nature has the power to heal, whether it's going across the street to the park from your house, whether it's going an hour drive, a half-hour drive, going to your favorite tree, just putting your hands on the tree and giving thanks. I mean, it could literally change everything for you. Mm-hmm. Again, some people may think, well, that sounds a bit simple and woo-woo. But I would say, try it.
Well, I wonder, if people really comprehend where woo comes from. What is woo? Well, I mean, you could just say simply woo is nature. What we live in. Sometimes I'll say, humans, well, the human race itself, it's not always, but this is a big generalization, that humans often live on top of this planet, not in.
Yes.
And among the planet. They think that they just are on the planet instead of like an aspect of the whole planetary energies itself.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
Yeah. Good point, Natalie.
Right. I was thinking as she was talking, I this last week I just went to a you pick place where you can, there's growers, they've people that have laid out tomato plants and squash plants and pepper plants, and you go into this place and pick. And they had rows of sunflowers.
And so, how beautiful is that?
Yeah. And so they were encouraging, they just open it up and just go and harvest it so it doesn't go to waste. And so I cut off some sunflower heads, and it hasn't been since I was a little girl pulling sunflower seeds off of a sunflower. And the smell of sunflower on my hands.
Love it.
And I have a parrot, and she just loved the fresh sunflower seeds. And I was like, oh, that's some woo.
That's beautiful. Magic. Yes, that is magic.
And I do have to say, I didn't even really think until this conversation how refreshing that was for in fact, I did cry because I haven't planted a garden for a couple of years. And I went to the garden to cry because I'm
You're gonna make me cry.
I miss gardening.
Oh, how beautiful. And how, uplifting for your inner child as well. Oh,
so good.
So
Thanks for sharing that, Natalie.
Welcome. These little things that I just think are just normal life. And it's like, well, there we go.
We're going to have to take our break, but we'll be back in just a few short minutes and continue our wandering with Rosanna. We'll be right back, you guys.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't, this can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a Feel the Difference money-back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected, only at kgradb.com.
Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to Soul Wanderings, heard here on KGRADB.com. I'm AJ.
I am Natalie.
And we are your hosts for the show. And tonight we are visiting with Rosanna Ienco. She's the author of Enter the Journey, a mystical guide for rebirth and renewal, amongst other things, which we are learning all about. I have to say, your voice is like really relaxing me tonight. I was all hyper and like giddy, and now I'm just like, I'm just soaking into this magical voice, melting in my chair. It's good. It's so good. Let's talk about your book a little bit, because yes, we want people to know about it. All about it. First of all, there she goes. I'm like, she's on it. Our producer, she's on it.
Rebirth and renewal.
So let's talk about rebirth and renewal. What is that? What is rebirth and renewal in your words? What?
Rebirth and renewal is in my experience, it's really funny because you write a book and you're teaching that which you need to learn. That seems to be the theme. When you write a book, the soul of the book just comes to life. And I'm not kidding you. Everything's been about rebirth and renewal, from seeing, life ending. This year has been huge for me. Sadly, I've lost so many people this year. My dear mother and my brothers, my best friend, and my beautiful dog last year. So I've really gone through witnessing the rebirth and renewal, and you sit by your mother's bedside. And I was with her when she passed, and I was with her for about a month before she passed. And you witness the stage she was going through an ending, and then she was getting ready for a rebirth. And, I'm so grateful that I was there for her. So for me personally, I've really witnessed an ending and a beginning on so many levels. And, many people I know are going through it. So rebirth is all about letting go, shedding, really gracefully, which is a hard thing. The autumn leaves start to fall, and we witness them. They look so graceful. However, our own rebirth journey is not always that graceful. So it's about death and new beginnings, really. Yeah.
Well, humans like to hold on to the leaves instead of.
Oh, no.
Humans are so attached.
Or controlling how they fall, where they land, what color they are.
I just can't believe how hard it is to let go. And one of the chapters of Enter the Journey, there's a paragraph, just loosen the grip and let go. Loosen the grip and let go. Loosen the grip and let go. And if we can do that with grace, it'll be so much easier. But the struggle, when you don't want to let go, and really, like each and every one of us in the world, we're always hanging on to something, whether it's, our childhood, past relationship, departed loved ones, we're always in a rebirth cycle. And again, our greatest teacher is nature, and nature shows us so beautifully the cycles of rebirth and renewal.
Yeah, if anyone can do it.
Well, Mother Nature is a great teacher. But if you never go outside of your house and you're not out there in the nature, and you don't put yourself at the bottom of the Grand Canyon by yourself to feel the heartbeat, there it doesn't become a teacher. But I liked what you said earlier about the ability to just go. It doesn't have to be a big quest or a pilgrimage to a not well-known sacred site. You can go to the park,
right.
and
you can go. You could go to these sacred sites wherever you are. You can go there within a minute, 5 minutes. You can close your eyes and meditate, and literally your life can change in 5 minutes. It really can.
Can you talk to us a little bit about shamanic journey? We've had shamans on the show. Everyone seems to have a very different take on what that looks like and what that means.
They do. So my experience is not the traditional shamanism. My experience and the way that I go through a shamanic journey is a very simple technique that was taught through the Foundation for Shamanic Studies in Michael Harner's book, The Way of the Shaman. And then I trained with the Scandinavian Center for Shamanic Studies as well. And that is the same technique. It's connecting with nature again, going out, maybe putting your hands on the tree, finding a specific tree that you're going to really feel that deep soul connection with, asking the tree permission, whether, if you can journey. So I always say to my students, go out in nature and find that tree, find that place. It may even be a cave. But specifically, we're talking about the tree right now. Find an entrance in that tree that you can use as a portal to journey through. So if you get the go-ahead from the tree, and of course the tree, most of them are just incredibly loving, and all of them are, but sometimes you will get a no if it's not meant for you, and then you'll find another tree. So say you get the go-ahead, you then find yourself in a relaxed state, either through a drum journey. Sometimes it could be a rattle, a didgeridoo, a crystal bowl, a Tibetan bowl, and you move through your breathing, and then you enter an altered state of consciousness. But specifically, before you enter that altered state of consciousness, you have your intention. So a clear intention, I'm connecting with the spirit of the tree, and I'm going to say hello, and see what wisdom you have for me. So go through that journey, go through the entrance of the tree. You end up in a different place. Some people don't see things, and that's fine. You may end up in a void, and that's okay too. There's no right or wrong way of journeying. And that's really the simple technique that I use. However, there are shamanic practitioners and shamans from traditional indigenous cultures that would journey a different way. In Mongolia and Siberia, very traditional shamans.
I like that you said it doesn't have to look or be a certain way. I know when I first started on this spiritual path, or whatever you want to call it, there were so many people saying it had to, right? It had to look this way. It had to be this way. I had to tap my heels 3 times, spin around left. I don't know. There were some weird things that were going on. And I never resonated with any of it. But when I figured out my own way and my own path is when I started to have clarity and have these experiences. And so now working with other people way down the road, right? I like to say the same thing because everyone has their own spiritual journey to take, and it doesn't look a certain way.
No,
It is different for each and every one of us. So I love that you said that. It's just validation to what we say here on the show to our listeners who are going through what they're going through.
Yeah.
I think it's important to find and pave your own way.
It is very important. It really is. It's crucial. And there is no right or wrong way, but there is no greater teacher than yourself.
Absolutely.
You have the wisdom within. All of us teachers, we're students. We're all just, as they say, walking our way home or finding our way back home again.
Very true. Very true. Do you have any recommendations to people, or do you even bring this up in your book where, or how they can, so they have this experience you just shared, right? But then they have all of these experiences as a result of that, right? Just like when you started on your path and you had almost became the 9th wife, like either whether it's positive or negative, like grounding yourself or protecting yourself or anything like that. What would you suggest?
Absolutely. I would suggest always grounding yourself. Yes, it's wonderful to go through the blissful experiences, in the shamanic journey where we have the lower, middle, upper world. Going on that upper world journey, we can get very spaced out by the time we're done that journey, and that could be dangerous. So it's really important to ground yourself, earth yourself, put your feet into the earth. Or I like to visualize that I'm becoming the tree. It's a great grounding experience or technique where you become the tree. So that really brings you back down. Always have a snack beside, wherever you are.
Like chocolate.
Oh, I know. Chocolate. Yes. We love
grounding.
We love chocolate, don't we? But yeah, food is grounding. And then I would research a practitioner or support groups or a community. So you're not on your own, so you have that support, because going on a shamanic journey really, really can literally change your life. And it changed my life. My very first journey completely changed my life. And I'm so grateful that I had that community and I had those drumming groups to go to. So definitely have support, have grounding techniques, because it's very important to be back in your body. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't go floating on the cloud, y'all. Never come back.
I am just not. I am a ground.
You are very grounded.
Feet on the. I'm a tree. Oh,
that's beautiful. What type of tree?
Well, I resonate. So I have 2 very large trees in my backyard. So in my backyard, there's a maple and a mulberry.
Oh, beautiful.
And the mulberry tree is 60 or maybe more feet tall.
Wow.
It's been there for a very long time, and so I really resonate with those because I've lived in the same place with those beautiful trees. They are much bigger now than when I first moved in, but yeah, with my mystical friends, I'm the one that's like the grounding rod for them. I'll be
It's
like,
true.
I'm here. You tell me what the ethers are like.
It's true. And I'm so grateful you hold that space for us.
And I appreciate the fact that they do honor my grounded part because from my perspective, entering into people that have shaman ways and mystical ways, and my way is different. It's like I call myself the practical application of consciousness because it matters how you walk it. You can run to the ethers all you want, and then you come back to this human body, and that's where they give you some keys up there in the ethers, and you come back to the body and go, okay, let's see how you do with that. What you learned up high.
Yeah,
And
that's
they appreciate my way. Do you find that when you've gone and you've learned different? How has it been that because you would travel and you would get these insights, and then what?
Oh, and then what? My body would have to play catch up. My physical body would have to play catch up with my vibrational body. So yeah, it's like landing hard, especially, you're doing the everyday life, the school run, the school pickups. Then you're in this journey and you're in this, fairy realm. And then you come out and then you ground yourself. Then you have to go do take the kids to their lessons. So it's all about, being in both worlds. And that's why I say I'm a walker between the worlds. However, I've had to learn the hard way, you need grounding, girl. Talking to myself, it's like, okay, come on, you need grounding.
I resonate with that so much.
Yeah, it's really important. And like I said, I learned the hard way. But hey, that's where you get the wisdom. You gain the wisdom, you learn. And I have to say, for me personally, being so grounded now is wonderful. Being so in my body is so wonderful because I have a background of trauma. So, there was a time where I was not in my body for a long time. But coming back in the body is just, liberating. Wonderful.
Yeah. It is our vehicle for running around this lifetime.
Yeah.
So when I was reading like your bio, so you mentioned Gabor Mate, and I was just curious, your experiencing study with him. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was the compassionate inquiry.
Okay.
And that is perfect timing. You're good. That was all about coming back in the body. Moving through the trauma and really seeing, feeling, recognizing how important it is to be back in the body. I'm a very visual person. I'm actually neurodivergent. So I think in pictures. So everything's vivid. I mean, I sometimes wish that my friends and clients and just my students or anyone in general can get a plug and put it in my brain. And you could just see like a whole movie roll because everything's very vivid for me. So I had to really learn to find that balance. But really, Gabor Mate, he's incredible. He does incredible work. And I did the compassionate inquiry with him. And that was all about really coming into the body and witnessing when your wounds aren't witnessed, through trauma. That's where, things go wrong. When wounds are witnessed, that is so healing and so liberating.
You don't have to talk about your trauma. But so many of us have trauma, if not all of us, right? On some level. What could you share with us in that regards from either it being from getting point A to point B or Z or whatever that looks like? Everyone has different ways that they heal from trauma. or different steps? What are your ways?
My ways, honestly, the shamanic journey, the very first journey I took in my life, saved my life. It changed the course of my life. It changed my fate line, my destiny line. It changed everything for me because really I was just walking around and, a wounded healer. So my trauma stems from childhood and beyond, and I would not be here right now if it wasn't for my incredible spirit animals, if it wasn't for soul retrieval through the shamanic healing arts. And I'm just so grateful for the indigenous people in the world, the indigenous cultures in the world, the Native Americans, First Nation, Aboriginal, just indigenous cultures throughout the world, the wisdom keepers. So I would not be here, honestly. So that helped me. Again, it wasn't just I got to A to Z like that. It's been an arduous journey. It's been a difficult journey. But with every bit of healing that was done, I would then gain a bit more of myself. So the whole healing of trauma has been one big soul retrieval back to wholeness, back to myself again. Yeah. So anybody who's going through the trauma, please don't do it alone. Find safety in being able to talk to somebody, a counselor, a therapist, a practitioner, a community, like-minded souls. You're not alone. And sometimes when we are in that dark hole, it feels like we're never going to get out. But I promise you, from my personal experiences, the spirit world is very much alive. The earth is alive. Our spirit allies, power animals, spirit guides, angels, departed loved ones, they're all very much here for us. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that concept of soul retrieval? Explain that a little bit more.
So soul retrieval is a technique, again, through cross-cultural shamanism, shamanic techniques. And Sandra Ingerman's book, Soul Retrieval, is fantastic. So it's a way of collecting bits of yourself, soul parts of you that have gone missing through trauma. So, whether it's a breakup or a death, you're grieving death, or abuse. When we're going through that trauma, we lose those parts of ourselves. They go missing. Or, maybe Gabor Mate or a psychologist would say dissociation. So soul retrieval is all about collecting those lost soul parts and bringing them back home again so you can be whole. And there are techniques in shamanic journeying where you can do that with a practitioner.
Is that an experience that would take time, like over a period of time, or is it something that you could do in like a session?
I wouldn't recommend just one session. I would never have one session with my clients. I would always recommend 4+ sessions and more. It's something that does take time. It's something that, once those lost soul parts come back, it needs time to integrate. You need that time. And, in my experience, when those soul parts did come back, there's a period of, you may feel extremely emotional and you may feel a little depressed, while those soul parts are coming back. So it's all about welcoming them back. And it's definitely something that you would take your time with. There is no quick fix.
Yeah, definitely. We ask questions that we may know the answers to, but our listeners may not. So some of this may be very beginner to you or other people who have heard this before. But also, we like to get different takes from different people because everyone has a different answer or different experience, right?
Yeah, I agree.
You can have had different journeys. So,
yeah. But I think it's important to ask these questions. It really is important because whether you're a beginner again or you've been doing this a long time, it's really important to come back to that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I always go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Especially when I feel super lost. Like, okay, let's go back to square one. What do we need to do to get to this good place? So
yeah.
I think that life is just like that. It ebbs and flows, and it doesn't matter how far we progress. We always take steps back. That's just part of the journey for sure.
I totally agree. And, you always hear people saying, well, hang on a minute, I've come so far. Why am I back again? And that's the journey.
Yes.
That's the cycle.
I like to remind people it's not a forward and backwards. It's not a forward and backwards movement. It's more like a spiral, and we're hitting another aspect or its layers of where, yes, you've done a lot of work, and don't take it that work has not been accomplished just because your life happens to hit a road bump again or a block, or you've got a pitfall again, or even if you're going forward on this journey over a landscape, it's going to have these aspects. And so it's another opportunity to heal more deeply. I like that you said it's going to take time, and that a person really ideally dedicates time and an extended amount of time to work on it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so fragile. I mean, we are fragile beings. Yes, we are powerful, but we're fragile as well. And it's all about honoring that. And it's so important to honor the stage that you're in. Every single step and stage is crucial. It's important, and just honor that and honor yourself on the journey, because yes, we do need time to heal. And as you said, those layers, the layers are going to come down, and the layers are going to come off. They're going to shed. And then there's more. And then there's more. And I honestly think this whole life journey is a healing journey back home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we agree with that.
We do.
That's why I'm like, humans. This is a lot. Being a human is a lot. I'm ready to go home. But not yet, because I have work to do.
That's right. It is a very dense Maya here. So this landscape that we live in here on this earth is a denser vibration, but it has a beauty to it as well. So what do you feel like the point? Have you ever considered that? What's the point of it?
That's a great question. How many of us, have said that? I think all of us, like, what?
Every day.
I give up. I am so done.
Let me just lay down and die. Oh, wait. I'm not dying. Wait, I'm not dead. Oh, you mean, yeah.
No, you're going through a rebirth.
Another one.
I know. Another one. Not again.
We're going to do this again?
What's the point? You know what? I believe the point is to serve all humanity and to be the best of really who you are. You're a beautiful, loving, creative soul, even when you have moments where you're like really angry or, you're human. We're all human. So the point is to make this world a better place and make it more beautiful. That's what I believe.
So heal, because that will make it more beautiful.
Yes, heal because you will become whole, and you will then be able to see and witness the beauty on a different level. You'll see the blossoming of that flower like you never have. You'll witness. Well, you are the flower. You really are the flower blossoming. And you get to witness that. You get to witness all the hardships that you've been through, all the struggles, and then the beauty of the flower blossoming.
I love the analogy of flowers. I mean, it's something you seriously can visualize. Everyone knows what a flower looks like, what it smells like, how it blossoms. It's just something tangible. Like, I can do this. I can become that flower.
Right. So that reminds me, I was just chatting with my neighbor, and I just happened to look over and he has these roses. We were commenting about the plants between our two yards. And I looked over at this rose bush that he had. There was a very big rose hip and there was a very small rose bud, and these roses were pink. And then there were some roses that were in their bloom cycle. So the flower is all of that. It's all of that. And it's interesting that I'm thinking about this now and all the little details that I picked up. And he has these roses that have been there for a very long time. So they have a very thick stalk that still has its thorns. And so a life is like that, where you realize you are the flower. Well, which part of the flower am I?
I love that. And you painted such a beautiful picture. I mean, I'm in the garden right now. I could see, I could feel, I could sense the beautiful thickness of that rose, but also the thorns.
Life is like that. So on these journeys, it really is a journey. So can you give us some other examples of other experiences you've had along your journey and how that's helped and how you use that to help clients?
Some other examples. Really, I'm going to come back to self-love. I'm going to come back to honoring yourself. Because when we love ourselves and when we honor ourselves, we could really honor the journey that we are on. And when we can honor the journey that we're on, we can then have a clear intention of what we want. Because I think a lot of the issues we have is we actually don't know what we want. So, sitting quietly, stating an intention before you go to sleep, waking up in the morning, asking for a sign. Signs and synchronicities, I mean, that could be incredible. Just knowing that the universe has your back. So yeah, I would recommend really tapping into your creativity, whether it's writing, whether it's holding a pen, having a piece of paper, and just see what comes out. Maybe there's one word that will come out for the day. So what's my word for the day? Universe, spirit, whoever it is that you pray to, and then see what comes through. Ask for help. Don't do it alone. And then let your journey unfold. That's what I would say.
The allowing of your journey unfolding. Everyone wants a quick fix. And it's so beautiful to allow. It's such a beautiful thing. I'm sorry. I did not mean to speak over you.
Oh, you didn't. I thought I spoke over you. So I could say sorry.
You can never tell sometimes. We both start talking. We don't know what's going on.
And then there's a bit of a delay. But no, so many people just want the quick fix. Hey, just give me the magic wand and let's have a quick fix here. But there is no quick fix. There really is no quick fix.
So let's
go be in the journey. You gotta be committed.
It is a commitment.
So let's go a little bit deeper into the self-love topic.
Yeah.
And let's talk about how you manage to love those darker parts of you.
The shadow and those parts that we don't always like, and the fear and all those other things that come creeping up because we're human. So time, devotion to my spiritual path. Yes, I'm going to have a day where I'm like, okay, what's it for? Forget it. I'm done. Stop playing games with me, universe. Where you're getting the signs and then all of a sudden you're at a crossroads and then there's a stop sign. You're like, but you led me here. What now?
You're like, I don't want one more lesson. Please, no more lessons. I just no.
It's like enough with the lessons, and here we go again, another initiation. I am not doing it. And then it's okay. Acceptance, surrender, I love myself a little bit more each day. I'm embracing what it is that I'm afraid to look at. Why am I so afraid to look at myself? Why, there's fear. Why am I so afraid of that fear? So let me befriend the fear. Come on, fear. Come on, be my friend. Walk beside me. Let's do it together. So that's how I get from not loving myself so much to getting to a place where I love myself more each day. Devotion, writing really helps me. Some people don't like to write. Maybe they will like to paint. Maybe they will like to sing. Maybe they like music. Maybe they just like to walk. Or maybe they just want to sit still. So whatever works for you, again, your inner wisdom is always talking to you. And I'm going to backtrack to self-love again. For me, the inner child work has been huge. The inner child, working with the younger version of myself and just seeing how fragile she was and just letting her know that it's okay, and going on many inner child journeys, or painting my inner child, or writing a poem for my inner child, or singing her a song. That's really what brought me and what continues to bring me to this place of self-love.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk more about inner child work. How does someone begin that journey and connect to their little self?
So I would say sit quietly, close your eyes, and ask your inner child to come forward. You may get a vision, you may get a sense, you may get a number, sometimes the number 10, 11, 8, and then that's a key to that age. And then go in further, what is it that I need to know? But again, I would recommend doing inner child work with a practitioner. Because it can be very overwhelming and traumatizing. So, I would recommend being with a qualified practitioner and having someone support you, because it's such deep work.
What are some of the other topics that you write about in Enter the Journey?
Enter the Journey. What am I talking about? What am I writing about? I am going through vortexes. You'll find yourself at Emerald Lake, Lake Louise in Canada. So there's a bit of poetry in Enter the Journey as well. And the poetry gives the reader time for contemplation, time to pause. And when you're reading a line of poetry, it stimulates something within you. Mm-hmm. So that was deliberate. I wanted the reader to have that time to pause. I also wanted the reader to have the time to contemplate or go, introspection. So have that time to maybe put the book down and maybe do some exercise, do some of the work that is recommended or encouraged, and then come back to it. But there's many topics that I talk about in the book, but a lot of it has to do with the vortexes in Sedona, the mystical caves in Sedona, connecting with your spirit animals, your spirit guides, your angels, and really coming back home to yourself again and recognizing the beauty within and allowing you to connect with nature.
I'm glad you brought up spirit animals again.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I wanted to wrap around back to that because we didn't really get into it. And one of the most common questions that I get through email from our listeners is, how do I connect to my spirit guide?
So how do you connect to your spirit guide?
Or animal.
Or animal.
Or animal.
Have them the same way. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. I would recommend a shamanic journey. I would recommend meditation. Mm-hmm. I would recommend prayer and intention and ceremony. Again, it's all about intention. What do you want? And why do you want to connect? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Are you curious? Would your intention be, what? I actually don't know. I'm just curious. So is anyone up there? Who's there for me? Give me a sign. I've had clients, we discuss this, with power animals, and they do a meditation or a journey. And this is an example. Perhaps they get a rabbit and they say, oh, I've seen a rabbit. It just sort of popped its head up and said hello. And then I'll get an email an hour or two later saying, I was driving home and I saw a rabbit. And then they're so excited, and you could just feel their spirit, just glowing because something's happening and there's a connection and something's opening up. So yeah, meditation, sitting quietly, going on a shamanic journey, dancing, art, writing, invoking the spirit of that power animal or spirit guide, calling upon them, asking them to help, and asking them, who are you? Show yourself to me in a safe, peaceful way. That's a good way to start.
Mm-hmm.
With
So
ease and grace.
would you find about your spirit guide or animal by doing the same things, like who they are, what they are?
Sorry, would I find?
How would you find them? How would you know what your animal is, your power animal?
By going on a shamanic journey or going through a meditation and asking them to show who they are.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if you would find them the same way.
Oh, yeah. For me personally, I do, probably because I've been journeying for so many years. For somebody who is just starting out on the shamanic journey, I would definitely encourage the shamanic journey. Mm-hmm. But we are so unique, and we all have our own individual experience. So people may find that they just close their eyes, they call out to their spirit animal, and all of a sudden they had a vision of a badger, or they heard an eagle, or they heard a wolf howling. And then they sort of snap out of the meditation and say, oh, wow, I think I heard something. Was that it? Then I would encourage them to go back into the meditation or journey.
Do you find that there's some prejudice, like people think that they want a particular animal, but the animal that shows up, they're like, I say that because I did some work with the shaman that we have locally here, and one of the things, and he goes on his journey like by proxy and does some work on my body. That's what happened. And one of the things he brought back was on his journey was a black widow spider.
Wow.
And so I was like, okay. that resonates with me, but that I don't know that a lot of people would say, oh, my black widow is my spirit animal, one of them.
That's a great point that you're bringing up. Yeah.
Do you find that people are resistant to the animal that shows itself?
I do. And especially when I'm doing drumming groups, when we're doing drumming circles and we share, and some people are like, oh, I wanted the bear. Why did I get that? I'll tell you. Yeah.
Get what you're meant to have.
Great. We had this wonderful male. I love when we have male, because it seems to always be more females. So all you men out there, come and join the journey groups and the meditation groups. So we had this one male. He was very big and muscular and bulky. And so when it was our time to share, he's like, do I have to share? Well, no. I said, of course you don't. No, I'll honor your space. You don't have to share at all. He's like, fine. Oh, well, I think I'll share. Why did I get an ant? How could I get an ant?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
The ant is wonderful. What did the ant mean for you? And then he would sit back and, oh, okay, well, this is what the ant means to me. And, I guess it's not not that bad after all. But I still wanted the bear. Maybe next time.
This does happen.
Oh my gosh. The first time I ever had my experience, it was a snake, and I was like, oh hell no.
Wow.
My dad was a prankster when I was a child, and we had pet snakes, and there was one time he put one in my bed, one or two of them, I don't remember, in my bed while I was napping. So when I woke up, they were crawling on me, and total freak out, right?
Goodness.
So then I had this experience with snakes where I was like, of course it showed up, right? Of course it showed up as my spirit guide. Thank you. I love how funny that is.
Well, it is kind of interesting because maybe the snake actually enjoyed the nap with you and was sorry that it scared you and was just trying to show up and go, but we liked your energy.
Aw, that's a good point.
It was just like trying to make amends for
maybe
scaring you so.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
The interpretation. People have these concepts. I do find that humans have a way of complicating it. And it's actually so much simpler.
I know.
I want to
get out of the way.
You what?
We have to get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good advice, to get out of the way. To realize that it doesn't have to be like some super complicated. I think it really ends up when things are, the sacredly mundane aspects of life, that don't underestimate the everyday mundane world showing up and being, that's what it is.
That's powerful. That is really powerful and so important, because really that's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. That's where the power is. That's where the truth is. That's where the reality is. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You offer services also. So you have these gatherings and you do all kinds of other things. Do you want to share some of the things that you offer to clients?
I do. Yes, I do a lot of metaphysical, magical, mystical things, practical things as well. So I offer drumming journeying groups. I'll be starting online in the new year. I offer drumming circles. I teach retreats. I'm also a psychic medium, and I'm a writing coach and a mentor as well. So I'm pretty busy.
Natalie.
All things metaphysical and
woo-woo.
Or practical writing coach.
Or
Natalie may be looking for a coach in the future.
It's I may have to just like surrender and let go to the whole. I have been told by my favorite psychic medium that she's like, no, I see you writing with both hands. It just hasn't happened, or I haven't given myself over to pen and paper, or who knows what.
Nobody writes with pen and paper.
You know what I do?
No, like whole books.
Oh, see, she says they do.
I mean, journaling, but like whole books.
I do. That's how I write.
Oh, woman.
Listen to this.
That sounds painful.
Tell us about your writing. The way that you
I make it so complicated for myself. My goodness. I have to handwrite. I just have to. Every book I've written is handwritten. I have boxes of journals everywhere. So everything is handwritten, and I just give myself so much hard work, because then when I have to do the manuscript, I have to look at all my notes, and then I have to type it up. Yeah.
Oh, see, that sounds like something I would do.
When I said start taking like little notes,
she did not mean to handwrite the whole book.
Bless you. You're amazing. I have to write a sentence and I'm like, oh, is the sentence over yet? Like, memos and notes. Although I do still keep a day planner and I write everything in it.
Beautiful.
But writing is...
She has incredible handwriting, though.
I'm a professional handletter. But that's different than writing a book by hand. That's fun for me. Artsy.
That's true. I did have, I don't know, I had a question or something. We'll have to
know.
get back on track. That was fun.
We're
though.
good at this. We're good at getting off track because I'm all over the place. You're welcome.
That's right.
I love you, ladies. I love you, ladies. Great. Your
We
energy
can't
is
get too
fantastic. Your listeners must love you so much.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
We just don't we with serious content, right? We're talking about things that are very important. But also you have to have a sense of humor in all things, because how do we make it out alive?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Life is just, it can be so overwhelming, and that sense of humor is crucial.
Absolutely. And I'm inappropriate in times of seriousness. So I laugh at funerals. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh my goodness. I do too. Honestly. My husband's like, no, don't you dare laugh. I'm like, well, I can't help it. It's like a nervous reaction. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something has to offset that dance vibration.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
I just think funerals are silly, but that's just me.
Well, I know. They kind of are.
So it's just they're weird. I don't know. Anyway, off the topic. We're not talking about me, and I just only can talk about me to relate to the situation.
This is great. I love it.
So I'm looking at your website and all the things that you provide. You've got a lot going on. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about past life portal journeys.
Oh, I love past life journeys. I'm like a little kid in a candy store. Past life journeys. Again, my whole life changed. My very first past life journey, I was on a course. I came out of the journey, and the teacher said, "Look at her face. Does she not look different?" And everyone's looking. They're like, "Wow, what happened?" Yeah, again, one journey can transform your whole life. I was transported to Egypt, and I had just a profound experience of reclaiming creativity and unique healing abilities that I left behind in that lifetime. And it was fascinating. And it really did help because on a practical level, I merged the two worlds together. Now, again, past life journeys are not always going to be blissful like the one I'm talking about. They could be quite traumatic, like, being in wherever, being hung or, burnt at the stake for being a witch or whatever it was. But past life journeys are opportunities to reclaim lost or hidden gifts, and also opportunities to heal, I believe.
And on the same lines of portal, you do portal painting readings.
I do. Yes, that's
Okay.
something that
I have to know about this.
This came through, I don't know how many years ago now, but I went through a period of months. I'm not a professional artist at all. I don't really even know how to paint. However, I paint energy. I just woke up one day, Spirit told me to go get all the art stuff. I did, and I just couldn't stop painting for weeks and weeks and weeks. One painting after another. Colors, feeling, energy, vibes. And it was extremely liberating. So Spirit then said, oh, well, you can offer this. So what happens in a portal painting reading is I work with your intention. So if your intention is to write a book or travel to Egypt or wherever it may be, I then tune into the energy of your intention, hand it up, and allow Spirit to come through. And the colors are just sort of chosen because I just go with the energy and I start to paint. I start to paint with whatever theme you have. So if you have a theme of, can you paint my inner child? I'll go with that theme. Can you paint a past life that, I need to tap into? Then I'll go with that. But I always hand it up to Spirit and allow the energy to flow through, clear my ego, my own stuff away, and allow myself to be a clear channel of divine love, light, and grace. And then just allow the beauty to move through. And once the painting is finished, then I will work with the client, and then we'll have a reading. And based on whatever happened, and the final product of the painting.
That's really cool.
So you do the painting before you actually engage verbally with the client?
I engage with the client verbally first. They state their intention, and then I go into the journey of painting. And then once the painting is complete, then we have our session, and we then have the reading. And then I send it to them. I post it out to whatever country they're in.
Way cool.
Lovely.
Way cool. And then you also offer retreats and workshops and online programs. You have so many options for clients.
I do.
What is the next thing that you have coming up that clients could tap into?
The next thing, as I'm working on the third book right now, the third installment of the series, which takes place in India, I'm going to be offering the drumming and journeying circles online, and I'm going to be teaching some retreats in the UK and Canada for now, for 2024. And I'm just open to whatever is meant to come through. I'm hoping to be taking people to Greece at some point, because that's another portal that has opened up recently. And it's all happening.
She's doing the work.
Doing the work. Just
guiding the people.
Doing the work.
Being open to what happens, huh?
Being woo-woo as can be.
She's like, I'm swimming in the woo.
I'm swimming in the woo.
In the woo.
Where can we grab a hold of one of your books, Rosanna?
So the two books, Awakening the Divine Soul and Enter the Journey, which is the sequel to Awakening the Divine Soul. So Enter the Journey, you can order by going through OBooks, Amazon, Waterstones, Barnes & Noble, WH Smith, Walmart, Chapters, Indigo, and every other book outlet. Yeah, you can order at your local bookstore. They can order it in for you.
So good.
Is it best if they go through the Awakening book and then entering the journey?
I would recommend that, because some of the characters that are in Enter the Journey, they were in Awakening the Divine Soul. So they actually come back and they come to life in the second book, Enter the Journey, with more wisdom. So I would encourage, you don't have to. However, I know people are wanting to have that experience to where it all began, in the igloo, in Greenland, in Awakening the Divine Soul, and then taking you through to Enter the Journey in through Sedona, and also Australia and Canada, and lots of adventures.
Sounds adventurous.
Right. So then you say these characters, so some of it is storytelling.
It is storytelling, it's narrative nonfiction, but these characters are my spirit guides and my power animals. So they come to life and they talk and they give guidance to the readers as well. So as I'm going through these journeys, the reader is walking beside me through the journeys. And it's not just my journey. They go on their own journey, and there's exercises and meditations and techniques for you to connect to your spirit animals and your spirit allies, and different exercises.
So good. Any final last thing that you would like to share with us before we wrap for the evening?
I want to share just words of wisdom to be uniquely you. Embrace all that you are. Be uniquely you. Be your authentic self. And whatever it is that you want to do in your life, don't think it's like a dream that you could never get. Again, I'm dyslexic. It takes me forever to read an email. It takes me forever to read a book. And I'm a writer. I mean, that's funny. That's humorous. However, persistence, discipline, and be true to yourself. And your spirit animals and your spirit guides are waiting for you. They're waiting to embrace you and to work with you and to be your friend.
Aw.
Thank you for sharing all of that. Beautiful reminders to guide us along the way. Send us off this evening. Rosanna, it's been so wonderful getting to know you and hearing about your life and your experiences and all that you have to share with the world. For those of you who are wanting to learn more or wanting to reach Rosanna, how can they do that?
They could reach me on themysticoracle.com and social media, Rosanna Ienco Wildflower. So that's Instagram and Facebook. I'm starting TikTok, but I'm really new. But I am under Mystic Moon Muse on TikTok. And I'm hoping, again, the woo stuff, to be doing some readings, some free readings on TikTok. I'm putting it out there. And the universe is nudging me, so I'm sharing that.
Great. I will follow you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It's really been an honor.
Have a beautiful night.
Both of your energies, and it's been an honor. Thank you so much for inviting me. This was so much fun.
We like that.
Good. Enjoy the rest of your time in Sedona and safe travels back home. We hope to cross paths with you again, Rosanna.
I would love that. Thank you so much. And thank you for listening to all the readers. I just said readers, listeners.
Oh, see, look at you.
Yeah. She's manifesting.
She's like, they're going to be my readers. They're going to buy that book.
Thank you, Wanderers, for being here with us tonight. We appreciate your love and support. Until next week, be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Good night.
Have a good one.